Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Glam and Gaming. So today on my channel, we are going to be talking about a bunch of different samples. I do have a decent collection of perfume and I've also gotten a lot of samples over time. So I do unfortunately like to blind buy a lot of things. I recently did that, so we will talk about that towards the end of the video. However, today I'm going to be talking about some samples that I've gotten over the last 6 months or so, I would say, as well as a sample set. And I will tell you all about that, some cool information on that from a fellow YouTuber, as well as we have a couple of travel sizes and one full-size product, which I just got today that I discovered at Ulta recently. So before we jump into this video, if you would like to check out my website where I sell hand creams, body butters, and lip balms, you can go to www.sonoidapecancompany.com or you can go to pecansilk.com. I will leave links down in the description box where you can purchase that if you'd like to try my products out. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this video. Please like and subscribe, and let's jump into this. So first, we're gonna talk about something that I actually got this today, and I checked this out probably, I wanna say like 4 or 5 days ago. So I hopped into Ulta, and I walked by the Touchland brand. I don't know if I'm sure people have heard of it. They've been around for a little while. I know they're sold at Sephora also, and I've seen it there, but I didn't know that Ulta had it. So I recently went into Ulta to look at nail stuff, and I came by the display for Touchland, and I was like, all right. So I knew they did hand sanitizers, and I was unaware that they recently came out with fragrance mists, or body sprays, whatever you want to call them. So I picked this scent up thinking it was a hand sanitizer, and I sprayed it on my hand, just not paying attention. And I was like, oh wow, like that doesn't feel like a hand sanitizer, but okay. So then I ended up looking it up and discovering that it actually is their new body mist line. Again, body mist, fragrance spray, whatever you want to call it. It's not an eau de parfum, I don't believe. But no, it's marketed as a hydrating body and fragrance mist. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So I did open the box because I had to spray it on myself. My scent of the day today was Ghost in the Shell by Etat Libre de Orange, and then I ended up mixing this over it. So this is the packaging that I've opened, so we're gonna just go in and take that out. Comes in a little box like this. Now, I will be transparent. I ordered this on Amazon. It was the same price. It was $20 for 2 fluid ounces. And this is made in the United States of America, and it looks very much like their hand sanitizers that they sell. As you can see, it's bigger. I don't know how or what size the hand sanitizers are, but they do come in a collection. But this is the only one that I tried. I didn't really stop to try anymore because when I tried this one, I was like, oh my God. And before we jump completely into this video, I just want to have a disclaimer by saying this is a very little all over the place video, so just bear with me. But anyways, this says Power Essence Hydrating Body and Hair Fragrance Mist, so I guess you can spray this in your hair. And the name of this is Golden Amber, okay? So it says spritz on body and hair throughout the day for a pick-me-up. Now, let me tell you, this smells like 99% dead on like Baccarat Rouge. I've kind of debated between if it's the extrait or the original. I think it's a happy mix between the two because you do, I think, get some woody notes in this, which leans it to be a little bit more like the extrait version of Baccarat. I know Baccarat is a little overdone, a little overspoken about, but let me tell you, for $20, it smells almost identical. And so if you're wanting something, maybe it doesn't have the lasting power, maybe a few hours only with this versus the original perfume, which literally lasts for days on my clothes and skin. But if you just want like a little pick-me-up, like throw in your purse, which is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to be traveling again here soon in a couple of weeks. So it literally smells like Baccarat Rouge. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you want to save some coin, but you want to occasionally smell like Baccarat, it can get a little overwhelming personally, this scent. Some people love it and it's their signature scent. So if you want something like a hair and body mist, this is where it's at. And again, that is called Golden Amber. And it looks like this. All right, so moving along. So I think what I'm going to talk about next is actually, there is a YouTuber named The Perfume Guy. I think I may have spoken about him once before on here. And he has a YouTube channel. He has a little over 300,000 subscribers, and he's awesome with fragrance. He travels all over the world and gets fragrances from all over the places, meets different people from different houses, and does all kinds of great reviews. So check him out at The Perfume Guy. He is on YouTube, and his name is Sebastian something. I can't remember his last name, but he does have something called, I believe it's called the Scent Club. And so he curates like every month or every few months, he curates like either like 3 5-ounce samples of perfumes, or he'll do like the mystery boxes, which are a mystery until you get them, and then he does like a review, you know, like talking about all of the fragrances that were in the mystery box. And the mystery box usually comes, I want to say it came with like 20 cents, and they all range from like 1 to like 2.5 milliliters. So I wanted to jump right in. I will try not to take too long with this. I'll try to make these relatively brief, and I will try to post the names and notes, or at least the names on the, you know, up here somewhere, so that we can kind of move through this, because I do have quite a few fragrances to go over. So all of these that I'm going to be talking about came in the mystery box. I can't remember which number mystery box this is, but it's probably sold out, because they usually are. He only gets like, I think 50, maybe 100, somewhere around there, mystery boxes. So they do sell out relatively quickly. And I do believe that is called the Scent Club. Sebastian, let me see. Okay, so TPG, The Perfume Guy, and they are Scent Club mystery box. I believe this one I ordered, man, has it really been a year since I ordered it? Oh my God, these may be older than I thought. This is mystery box number 4. So anyways, it has like, the way it looks is like a little mystery box. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like a little mystery box up in the corner. And that is what it's called, is Scent Club, and then he does mystery boxes. So anyways, without going any further into the rabbit hole, let's jump into these scents. So I'm just gonna pick the 12 that I have here that I thought were really unique out of the 20 that are nothing like anything I've really smelled. We're gonna start off a little bit more, this one I think is a little bit easier to explain. This is Acro Rise. So the brand is Acro, A-K-R-O, and this is called Rise. Now, this is a very feminine scent. Let me see if I can get the notes for you real quick. Okay, so Acro Rise is described as a sweet, fruity, coconut, tropical, white floral scent. And the listed notes are going to be top notes of pina colada, coconut water, pineapple, middle notes of toffee, tiara flower, frangipani, and then base notes of ambroxan and sandalwood. So this is definitely tropical, very summer vibes. Very fresh, little slightly citrusy, uplifting, and sweet is how I would describe this. So that is definitely a good one if you're wanting something summertime and kind of fruity. I would definitely say this is very sweet and fruity. So that is Acro Rise. Moving on to the next one. I do have my little tester strips here. So this next one I actually like a lot. I just have the sample of it. It is called Yama Rouge. Let me see who that's by. And this one I thought was really pretty. Some of these are just very different. So Yama Rouge is by a brand called Orens, O-R-E-N-S. So this is listed as a rose, aldehydic, fresh, musky, powdery floral, white floral, woody, and soapy. It has listed notes, top notes of aldehydes, middle notes of rose and jasmine, and base notes of musk, sandalwood, and amber. So I haven't smelled these in a while. And I will try to, I haven't done it yet, I've just been lazy about it, but I need to try and add stamps on here so that you can click on them so that you're not having to like scroll through each thing. It's especially hard when you have samples, not like pictures. I'll try to put pictures of the bottles and what they are, but yes. So Yama Rouge is like very different to me. So this does like, I know it has listed as like aldehydic, which it kind of is, but I know some of them can be a little off-putting. But this one is very nice. Like, to me, this one smells so different. It reminds me of vacation. Like, it smells so, so good. I get a little bit of the rose, but it's not like a grandma type of rose. Like this is a very fresh type of rose in my opinion. And I do get the jasmine. And then I would say in the dry down, you do kind of get the musk. Now, maybe a little bit of the sandalwood funk, a little bit. But I would definitely describe this as like a fresh, slightly aldehydic rose scent. This one's very good though. I do like this a lot. If you want kind of a very pretty floral scent, I would definitely say Yama Rouge is where to go. Now this one, I will say that having sprayed this on my skin before, I actually like that one better on my skin than on paper. So that's what I'm gonna say for that one. Moving on to the next fragrance we're gonna talk about. This is gonna be a long video. I may have to make it a two-parter, we'll see. So the next one is called Vanille de Afrique, Vanille de Afrique, I don't know, Intensivo. I'm not very good at pronunciation. But this is by Ormond Jane. Now this one I've worn on my skin and I wanna say it is very animalic. It is a very deep animalic vanilla fragrance. It's very, yeah, she's different. From a distance, it almost smells like Coca-Cola. I know that sounds strange, but it's like a powdery Coca-Cola from a distance. But let me pull this one up real quick. Sorry, I should already have these pulled up. Okay, so Vanille de Afrique Intensivo. I'm sure I'm butchering that to all get out. So this is a powdery iris, soft, spicy, vanilla, musky, aromatic, floral, woody, earthy citrus. It has top notes of orris, osmanthus, magnolia, jasmine, middle notes of carrot seeds, coriander, pink pepper, and Sicilian bergamot, with base notes of Madagascar vanilla, bourbon vanilla, musk, amber, cedar, and vetiver. So there's quite a bit going on here. As it starts to, so in the beginning, you really do get that orris and osmanthus. Now, osmanthus, for some reason, is not a favorite note of mine, but it's okay. And orris, to me, is very powdery. It is a powdery note. But I get the orris mixed with the pink pepper and the carrot seeds. I don't really get the Sicilian bergamot a lot or the vanilla. But I do remember as this dries down, you do kind of get the woody notes, the cedar and the vetiver. And to me, this just smells very, like I said, animalic, because I think when the wood comes out, it's kind of a woody scent, like a vanilla wood, but there's something slightly resinous about it. I'm looking at the notes, maybe it's the amber, but it does smell very resinous, and I think that's what threw me off about it. I do like some resinous scents, don't get me wrong, but this one's just a little strange to me. I know this one's popular, but I don't know. It threw me off, I'm not gonna lie. So that's Ormond Jane's Vanilla de Afrique. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. All right, so the next one I actually bought a full bottle of, and this is Starlight Sesame. And it is by, I don't know if they have Starlight Sesame. Well, anyways, I'll just describe this one to you. So it's by Scent Trunk. It's called Starlight Sesame. I do have a 30 milliliter bottle of it. I do like this one a lot, but I will say that this fragrance is definitely a winter time fragrance. I've tried it in the summer. It just doesn't, it reminds you of a wintertime scent. Like when I smell this is like a warm sesame seed, slightly sweet, nutty scent. And to me, it straight up is a perfect, and I actually bought it in the wintertime, is when I purchased this. And oh my God, I've not tried any other Scent Trunks, but this one, it's got tonka bean in it. I do know it has tonka bean in it because that was one reason why I got it, because I do love that like warm, rich smell from the tonka bean. But you definitely smell the sesame. So throughout the whole scent, you do get that sesame, tonka bean, warm, toasted kind of sesame seed scent. And it's very unique. It is very different. And this is one I fell in love with out of the whole one. I think out of all of these, is the only one that I bought a full bottle of. And it's reasonably priced. I don't know the exact price point, but it's somewhere around $65, I think, for a 1 ounce. But for what I would call niche perfumery, that's not bad. This one I just can't. This is like a warm, like cozy scent too. You know, like you just can't stop smelling it type of deal. But anyways, that one's very good. Again, that is Starlight Sesame by Scent Trunk. So next, now this one, oh boy, if it wasn't so freaking expensive, and you cannot find this on discounters that I've seen, if somebody knows, please leave a comment. But this is by a brand called Infiniment Coty Paris, C-O-T-Y. And this is called Après l'Amour. This is absolutely, and on your skin it's so much better, but like, let me tell you, if you're into tobacco scents, okay, so let me set the tone for you, set the scenery. So this is like, you walk into a bar, right? And you're out in the country, you're in Texas, you smell leather boots and cigars and cigarette smoke, and you're at the bar. If you like leather and you like tobacco and you like, I would say this is unisex, but it does lean a little bit more masculine, but I absolutely love this one, especially on the skin, the smoke smell you get more. So if you don't like smoke, you probably won't like this, but like as you smell it more and more, like you get that smoke note on your skin, and it smells like cigarettes and leather, and it reminds me of a cowboy in a bar. I feel like it's probably obviously been done before, but this is just really beautifully blended and I love it a lot. But I want to say it's like $2.95, $300 a bottle. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. We're not going to get too much into details in this video because I have a lot to go through, but Infiniment Coty Paris, and this one's called, what did I say it was called? L'Après Amour? Yeah. So this one is called Après l'Amour. So good. So good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Also, this I feel like is more of a fall and probably winter scent, but definitely fall. Like this, sitting at a campfire. Ugh, I can't. This one's so good. Okay, moving on. This next one is a little strange. I had heard of the brand before, but I'd never tried anything from them, so I was excited to get this in the mystery box from Scent Club. So this is by a brand called Perfumology. It's called Boutique. It is $185 for a 60 milliliter bottle. It has notes of red apple and broadalide, grapefruit, amber, white flower, jasmine, magnolia, dry woods, vanilla, musk, atlas cedar, Virginia cedar, and orris, which again is going to give it that powdery note. So this one, I think it's called Boutique because it was supposed to... Okay, Boutique is inspired by that shifting aurora, fruity floral with a woody white musk base that is like spending a lot of time at Perfumology. I thought it had something to do with the books in a library. Maybe I'm losing it. Anyways, so this one you definitely get a powdery, definitely get that orris. I would say this is a cozy, slightly, ever so slightly fresh scent. It's kind of like a mix. I do get the apple right off the bat. It's kind of a slightly soapy, slightly fresh, slightly warm, cozy-ish type of scent. Like, imagine you're sitting in a library, somebody has freshly washed their hair with like Garnier Fructis, and they're sitting and reading a book that is like 20 years old next to you. Like, that musky kind of scent you get like an old book, but mixed with like the fresh apple in that. Very strange, very different. So I just thought I would mention that one. That's Perfumology's Boutique. Okay, moving right along. So this next one, I absolutely will straight up tell you, I hate it. Hate it, but I think it is so freaking unique that I want to love it, but I can't. So let's talk about this one. This one will throw you off. This is Violet Q by Les Jardins Retrouvés. So my camera battery, my memory got filled, so I had to go through and delete some stuff. So let's pick up where I left off. So I was describing my discernible dislike for this perfume. So this is Violet Q by Les Jardins Retrouvés. Maybe I'm butchering that. I wanted to show you guys a picture of the bottle because it looks like something that would be on your grandma's vanity. So this perfume is described as a violet, powdery, woody, warm, spicy, fresh, spicy, floral, aromatic, and animalic scent. The top notes for this are violet and cardamom. Middle notes are violet, and base notes are cumin and sandalwood. So I'm just gonna tell you the cumin in this it almost overpowers the violet. You get the violet and the cardamom and it smells really good, but that cumin just absolutely throws it like out of like left field for me. It gives it like a BO smell. Like this, okay, I'm not trying to be gross, but to describe this scent, it reminds me of if you mixed violet flowers, like if you took a purple violet flower and you went outside and you ran a mile in like 100-degree weather and then you took that and like wiped your armpit with it. I know it's a terrible description, but that's literally what it smells like. The spices in it give me BO. And for that reason, I'm out. I cannot vibe with this perfume. Maybe try it, see if you like it. Very BO vibes. And I think the bottle actually, despite saying that it looks like something on your grandmother's counter, it is very pretty. And I wish I liked it because the floral violet in here is very beautiful. But the cumin just absolutely just takes it and just goes. I feel like they mixed it with something different, like a different woody note, or maybe even a heliotrope or something. It would be really good. But anyways, I digress. Okay, let's see. I might get through these last 5 samples and then I may make a second part to go over my scent split perfumes that I wanted to review. So this is not like over a 30-minute video, which is about where we're at. So anyhow, so this next one is by Amer. It's called Arabian Jasmine. So this is obviously a jasmine fragrance. And this one to me is very beautiful. Let me see if I can find the notes here. So this is a jasmine fragrance. So this has notes of white floral, not notes, I'm sorry. The main accords are white floral, oud, warm spicy, rose, animalic, floral, amber, citrus, metallic, and fresh spicy. It has top notes of bergamot, cardamom, and cloves. We have that spice, and then we have middle notes of jasmine, Indian jasmine, Bulgarian rose, violet leaf, and taif, T-A-I-F, rose. And then base notes of saffron, Indian oud, ambergris, Thailand oud, Mysore sandalwood, musk, and sandal. I guess sandalwood. This is a very beautiful scent. Now this is one where the spices just slightly enhance it but don't overpower it. It is a very white floral, as the jasmine says. I feel like this one dried down on my skin and you really got more of those base notes. Versus on the paper, I feel like the base notes don't come out quite as well. But this one's very pretty. I would say very spring forward fragrance, maybe summer. Probably summer too, but I feel like spring this would definitely be really good. On like a semi-cold day or like a slightly warm day, this would really thrive. Very feminine, very floral. As it starts to dry down, you get a little bit less of the jasmine and more of the rose forward notes. And then, as I said, the more it dries down, you get kind of that saffron and musk to it. So, very good one. Try that one if you have a chance. It's again called Arabian Jasmine by Amer Perfumes. I will try to have that again for all of these listed. So, moving on. We've got 4 more here, and then I will do a separate video for my scent splits because, again, this will be too long of a video. But, anywho. This next one is very strange. I just got such a strangeness from it. So these were really fun mystery box samples. I really thought they were cool. It's really cool because it's not very expensive. I want to say it's like 50, 60 bucks and you can like try all of these perfumes. And of course you're not going to go through like all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to find a favorite, hopefully. Okay, so this is Magic Mushrooms by Boho Boko. It is a pink juice, almost like a neon pinky purple marker juice. Now this one, it's as the name says, it's a very Okay, so this one, imagine you're in a wooded forest, heavy, dense forest, mushrooms on the floor, early dew for like 5 o'clock in the morning, early dew all over the mushrooms, and you're walking and trudging through the mud and the dew. The sun's coming up. That's what this smells like. This is extremely, like, this is one of the most earthy perfumes I've ever smelled so far. So if you love earthy and you love the smell of a mushroom, and it does feel very like wet, like you feel like you should be in a damp forest. That's what I get with this Magic Mushrooms by Boho Boko. Very unique. If you like earthy fragrance, I would definitely sample this before you blind buy. Just saying. So moving on, we have 3 scents left. So the next one is called Jasmine de Toscana by Jacques Faith, Paris. This is another beautiful jasmine fragrance. There was a few of them in here. So good. This one literally reminds me of walking through a boutique in Italy. Now, you may ask yourself, have I ever walked through a boutique in Italy? No, absolutely not. I have not. But if I could imagine what it smelled like and from videos that I've seen, it's just beautiful. This is straight up like jasmine. I don't know the other notes, but this is straight up jasmine. And it does just smell very floral, slightly sweet, and just airy. It may have some citrus notes in it because it does feel a little citrusy. But yeah, that's Jasmine de Toscane. I will try to list the notes up here. Very good. Came with a good size sample too. This is a 2 milliliter sample, so not bad. Very, very nice perfume. If you like jasmine scents, very good. Very pretty. Very, very floral though. Like very white floral, which again, jasmine is, but if you don't like white florals, that will not be the perfume for you. So moving on, this next one's really cool. It's by a brand called Wega, W-E-G-A, and it is called In Astra. Now this one, my immediate thoughts, it smells so different. This one's hard to describe. So let me read the notes to you real quick because this one's a little hard to describe. But this does remind me of going on vacation, like something about it. Okay, so this is a rose, sweet, fruity, floral, amber, fresh scent. It has top notes of raspberry, Japanese cherry blossom, middle notes of rose and marshmallow, and base notes of tonka bean, Madagascar, vanilla, and Haitian vetiver. So right off the top, you do get that very good, very well blended raspberry and Japanese cherry blossom. I'm not pulling any marshmallow on this, so if it is in there, it's very faint. You do get the rose, and I do get a little bit of the vetiver and a little bit of the vanilla. I don't really reach the tonka bean, but maybe on skin. I feel like on the skin I did smell the tonka bean more, but this just straight up for some reason reminds me of vacation. I can't really explain why. That's just what I got out of it. Very vacation-y. It's like, there's another one that was in, that I compared this to because it reminded me of vacation. Specifically reminded me of being in a hotel room and like the way you smell. Like say you walk into a really fancy hotel room and you're like going through the hallway. Blue Indaco by Giardini de Toscana. The Blue Indaco, it's a very powdery like a very powdery fragrance. And that one reminds me of like just a sophisticated like white and navy blue like Mediterranean fancy hotel vacation. But this gives me similar vibes. This is definitely a niche perfume, I would say. It's very different, but it's very well blended. And when I mean very well blended, like you can smell all the notes, but you can smell them together, but you can also discern each note, if that makes sense. So Wega In Astra, I believe it's called. Very good fragrance. So last but not least for this video, and again, I'll have another video coming, but this one's already at close to 30 minutes, I would say, give or take. So the last one is going to be Abraham Fjordheide or Scylla. I will put that on the screen because that is absolutely just, I don't even have words. So this perfume is, I believe, Middle Eastern. Don't quote me on that. But this perfume is very nice. This Orcilla, as you can tell in the name, does have, I believe, orris root in it. Oh no, was it this one? Oh, I think instead of the one we just talked about, the Westra or whatever, the one we just talked about, you can go back if you want. This one smells like vacation also. So they both do, but this straight up reminds me of a like hotel in Florida. And like this is what it reminds me of. Like slightly damp, powdery orris. Like I get a slightly damp, powdery, slightly, ever so slightly sweet smell out of this. Straight up reminds me of my childhood. One time when I was like 6 or 7, it was a very early memory of going to Florida, and it was pouring down rain, and my dad was carrying me outside, and I think we were trying to do something, but anyways, it came like a sideways rain. I'll never forget it. Like it pelted me so hard. It felt like there were little icicles coming down. But the little, like in the 90s, the little hotel that was beachfront that we were in, this is what that smell reminds me of. So it's very unique how fragrances bring back a memory for you. This one's just too cool. I'll post the name of it up here, but definitely if you can get your hands on a sample of this, you should definitely try, because this one's a fun fragrance. I would maybe consider in the future getting a full size of this. So good. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. I know this is a long video. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Also leave a comment down below. Have you heard of any of these fragrances? Are there any of them that you really like? What are your thoughts and takes on them? Let me know, give me a comment, and thank you guys so much for watching. Again, you can check me out at www.sonoitapecancompany.com or pecansilk.com to try my products out there. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. So bye guys.